Good day, everyone. I'm your host, Andreas Pilavakis, and boy, do we have a story for you today. Have you ever wondered what it takes to earn up to nearly $100,000 in trading profits? Well, today we're chatting with Francis, a Canadian full-time trader who has not only passed our CFD VIP challenge, but he's also in level 7 currently of the VIP scaling plan. Francis, it's a pleasure to have you with us today.
It's an honor to be here. Thank you so much, Andreas, for having me.
Right. So I think let's dig right into it. So before we get into the questions actually that we received, I think the people watching would like to know more about you. Who is Francis? Just give us a few quick words.
Yeah, of course. First of all, my name is Francis. I'm from Canada. I've been trading for about 5 years, a little bit more. Of course, the way I found trading was through MLM company. They were recruiting people for this Forex thing that I never heard of. So I didn't understand it at first. I joined just because I saw the big money. I saw the cars. I saw the luxuries those people were promoting. But the main thing that was attracting to me was the knowledge I could gain from this, not from this company, but just from this Forex, from this trading. It's a whole new world, so this is what attracted me. I didn't continue with this company. I took some courses, I took some mentors, and I have been lucky enough to find some people that were good for me, that were able to provide me with some good knowledge, because as we know, about 95% of traders lose right now. So my thinking was just to be different than the others, because if I just do the same thing as the others, I'll just be in the same group as the others. So I have to find a way to be different, both in the charts and mentally as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I think we all know by now how important it is to have the right mentors to help you, because if you fall into the trap to listening to the wrong person, you're just going to waste your time and money. But for me, I think time is much more important, especially when you want to learn, you want to scale up and actually become a full-time trader. Then you actually need to make sure who you're listening to from the get-go.
Yeah.
So yeah, financial freedom, okay, it's often easier said than done. But you reached level 7 of our scaling plan until now, and you've reached almost $100,000 in total payouts. What was it that drew you to the trading pit in the first place?
Well, first of all, the trading pit wasn't the first prop firm I could say I used. I started using prop firms. It's been about like 2 or 3 years. I could say when COVID started. So I had been using the prop firms. I had been receiving payouts, but there's a lot of prop firms that were denying payouts, that were closing all of a sudden. So what I found from the trading pit is really the professionalism, the support, 24/7 support, and it's really different because of their scaling plan, because of the way you want traders to really succeed. You don't want traders to gamble. You want traders to grow step by step, and if they can reach the level 10 at the end and maybe more. So we don't just have one account and we try to gain as much percentage as possible. We go step by step, so it's much more professional, I could say, and the trust is there because where you're located, because where the way you give any trader the support, it can be by Discord, by email. You guys are always answering any questions. So yeah, that's why I chose the trading pit.
Great. Yeah, we do try our best to be pretty much everywhere. Discords, emails, phone calls, live chat. But yeah, I'm happy we could keep you happy with that. So yeah, I guess on behalf of the whole Trading Pit, thank you for choosing us. It's been an honor working with you so far. And I think what most people listening to this video will have on their mind now is what your trading strategy was, and like what's your approach when it comes to risk management, because we all know when it comes to prop firms, you have the drawdowns. You need to make sure that you don't overcome your daily drawdown. If you're having a bad day, you have a max drawdown that you have to also watch out for. And again, you should be solely focused on the profit target and make sure you let your wins run, but at the same time, don't get too greedy with it. As you said, gambling can be a very bad habit that people fall into. So how did you manage risk when you signed up with us?
Yeah, so at first when I started, I tried using the typical 1% per trade, and that's pretty much what I found was the best for me. As far as for my trading strategy, it's a little bit different, as I said earlier, than the group of traders that are 95% that are not succeeding right now. So I try to find a way to be different. So it's not a strategy per se, it's more of a understanding of the market. So I understand where the liquidity is, I understand where the volume is, and it's more about understanding than having a really step-by-step approach, step-by-step strategy. So it's more about seeing what is happening and reacting to it than having to respect some crazy 100 rules before entering a single trade. So yeah, so just understanding the wicks, the body, and it's a mix as well with the futures correlation. So I trade mostly USD GPY, so I just correlate it with the future that is that does correlate with UJ. So as far as the risk management, as you said, it's really important to cut the losers as quick as possible. You want to cut the loser when you're wrong. So my stop loss are basically if they're it, I know I'm wrong, so I won't keep entering the trade if I'm wrong. So if I get stopped out, it's just because the direction wasn't right. You can have two types of errors in trading. It can be timing or it can be direction. So either your timing isn't right or your direction isn't right. So maybe my timing wasn't right, so I can enter again, or the direction wasn't right and I just maybe flip the script. So this is a hard thing to do if you're buying and all of a sudden you just want to keep buying because of some greed or some mental problems, but you have to switch a flip. So yeah, that's basically as I could say, the strategy I'm using for trading.
Okay, very interesting. See, it's funny that you say that you use your stop losses and stuff as, okay, we don't want to give advice to anyone, but I find it interesting being in support when we have many people coming through and asking if it's mandatory to have a stop loss. And because other firms do it, we don't, because we want to give you as much freedom as we can in your trading. But stop loss actually is in the favor of the trader, right? You need to know when you took a wrong decision, because many times people just find it hard, like you said, with the emotional part of it, they find it hard to admit that they made a mistake and that they should maybe cut that and rethink the whole position or what they're going to do. If they're going to enter, if they're going to stay out for a bit, maybe have to clear their head. Exactly. But yeah, it seems like it's been working for you so far. So we do hope that it keeps working for you.
Yeah, I hope so.
So we talked about risk management, and we are going to have new traders start our challenges in the coming months. Hopefully they'll watch this video as proof. As you know, with prop firms, many people need proof to make sure that things are working out the way we promise them to be, like on the website, how we demonstrate them. What would be just a few tips on someone starting off now with the Trading Pit, starting his challenge? How would you advise them to manage their risk in their trading?
Yeah. So first of all, the main thing would be to have a profitable system, profitable approach to the market. If you're not profitable yet, if you don't have a clear edge, I don't think going live, going into a real challenge is the way to go. I think you must understand what you're doing first, and after this, maybe try some smaller challenge and grow from there, especially with the training plan, scaling plan. Even if you start small, you can grow pretty not fast, as I could say, but pretty good because of their many levels. So make sure you have a good understanding because they also have some education, they also have challenges. So that's why the training pit is really professional, because it's not only a platform, it's a education platform as well. So it's both of them at the same time. So that's why they really want the traders to succeed. But the main advice would be to find a mentor, find someone that fits your style, because there are so many styles in trading. There are so many way of trading to fit your schedule, to fit your trading style, to fit your fears and just your style overall. So find a good mentor and go from there after.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think we can all agree that an educated trader will be a successful trader. Someone that just goes in with his mind totally focused, as you said at the beginning of the interview, on the luxury and all the stuff that he wants to attain, then he's going to try and cut corners, and that's not going to work for him. So I think what we can take away definitely from the last couple of questions is that find a good mentor, stick by what he tells you. You can obviously like test out many mentors to see like how their approaches differ. Maybe the first guy you meet isn't the guy that suits you. You have to try a few to see how it goes. But do your due diligence, I think, to make sure that the people that you're trusting, once again, and that you're investing your time into are worth it in the long run.
And maybe just to add to what you just said, I bought many courses. I had many mentors that I'm not talking to anymore, but I'm still grateful about it because it built my character. It made me the way I am, and it pushed me to find something better after. So I'm not sad that I took some courses that I don't use anymore. It was just a journey. It was something that I had to do to make my understanding maybe even clearer, and maybe without even knowing that I did it, I maybe picked some knowledge from it, maybe one thing that was good from it than the whole course. So yeah, just find something that fits you. Maybe it's not just one mentor, maybe not one course, but it's multiple things from multiple mentors, courses that you put together for your whole system.
Yeah, definitely. Just take the best you can from each, just like with people, right? The motto I like to live by is just, you're going to meet many people in your life. Take the best from each person. And if he doesn't fit you for where you want to go and what you want to do in the long term, then just cut it short and just move on. We're always looking to improve here at the Trading Pit. I think you've noticed as well. We've had quite a few chats in Discord as well. Are there any tools or like resources or any additional type of support you'd like to see from our program? What would be something that you as a trader think that the Trading Pit could maybe add or look into in the following year?
I think you're doing a lot of things right now regarding education. Maybe add something about it because as we discussed earlier, there's many styles. So maybe a trader won't be interested in trading this style, but you have different educators. But the Trading Pit is really complete. I wouldn't say there's anything to add. I think it's just growing from there. make it more known, so people really find a professional prop firm instead of having to go from prop firm to prop firm that maybe will close, maybe will be denied payouts that I was in the past. So it's really sad when you're waiting for a payout to be received, and you never receive it, and you never heard of anything after it. So yeah, so I don't think there's anything to add. Maybe some education from different styles, but yeah, other than that, no.
Yeah, I don't even want to think how it must have felt to be expecting a payout that never came. I imagine, I can remember we were chatting when you had your first payout. You actually had, I think, you passed the first 4 levels in like just a matter of a week or two, which was pretty fast, to be honest. That's not usually what we expect from traders, because sometimes if you try to go fast, you can crash. But it worked out for you, it seems. And I remember we pay out once a week, and you had passed multiple levels within that week, and you were like messaging me, asking me, could I get some proof for the payout? Is it going to happen? And I totally understand why. I mean, this is what we try to do in the support team as well. This is why I tell the guys, it makes sense for some traders to be, I wouldn't say aggressive, but they like to be reassured about what's going on, especially what's going on in the space. There's a lot of shady stuff, and it's going to take time. What I say here to the guys is like, we're only at 1%. I've been with the trading pit for 17 months now, and I'm still stuck on 1%. Honestly, where we want to go is we're not even close yet. So as you said, it's just a matter of time of consistency, making sure we get the word out there, and building trust with our traders. We constantly try to put as much as we can on the website about who we are, where we are, what we do in terms of regulatory background, to make sure that all traders are treated fairly and that they can trust us. But yeah, regarding what you said about education, it's something that we have been considering a lot recently. We've partnered with many people offering the webinars and some calls, let's say, that we've tried to organize. But it also gets very competitive when you try to offer this challenge model, especially with an aggressive scaling plan like ours. You can't include too much in the price that we're giving it for, because these educators, these mentors, they don't always want to sign up just like be a partner, right? They want their cut of the pie as well. So it gets very complicated when they want to get a cut, and we also have to try and keep our challenge price low to be competitive. And you've seen our scaling plan is quite aggressive. So yeah, we're trying to balance everything out. We are researching day in, day out of what we can add to make sure we bring the most value to our traders. But yeah, I'm just super happy to hear that a person that's already made it so far with us thinks that we already have a lot of good stuff going for us. Yeah. Okay, there's one question that I think that everyone would be dying to hear. I was personally, before we joined this call. What was your best trade that you ever took?
Okay, so the best trade, what I could say is I don't remember any trade I take. Okay, so my mentality is really I take a trade and it's done next. I don't want to be in a space where every trade matters. Either it's a win or a loss. For me, it's not relevant. If I followed my overall structure, if my understanding was right, it won't matter if it's a loss or a win. It's just part of the game. So I wouldn't be able to tell you which trade was the best because I just followed what the market gave me. Of course, in the scaling plan, the more we grow, the exact same click that I did in level 1, but now that I do in level 6, 7, maybe 8 in the future is just bigger. So of course it's better in terms of money, but I don't have the mentality to remember every trade I take. I did in the past, and what it made me do is have some fear after, because you always have to take one more trade. So if it's a win, you'll expect another win after. If it's a loss, you'll expect another loss after. So I take the trade and it's done. All right, let's see what it does. If it's a loss or a win, I don't care. What's next? So yeah, that's my approach to it. I don't want any fear to interfere in this way. Of course, I'm human, so it will happen. But there's so many fear. There's fear of missing out. There's fear of losing what's floating. So that's huge, because if you see you're up 8, 9, 10,000, and after you see you're up only 2,000, do you close out? So my mentality is just I accept the risk that I took, and I move on. So it's a whole different approach from accepting the risk and knowing the risk. So many people just click and enter trades knowing the risk, but they don't accept it. So it's a huge difference. So are you really willing to lose this money or not? Or you just want to win? So it's a huge difference. So I wouldn't be able to tell you which trade was the best, because I just followed my system.
Okay. What if I switched up the question? I made it, if you can remember what your most profitable trade was. Do you remember like one trade that stood out that made you feel like, okay, this is it, like I made it? Or what was your most profitable trade?
It was this trade wasn't with the trading pit. It was on a personal account. I was trying to prove a point to someone about growing a small account. So I had a $1,000 account, and I grew it to 18,000 in a week. So that was like I made it kind of point, and after it grew from there. But this was a special week that gave me a lot of confidence after, to keep trading and to keep using this exact system, this exact way of seeing the market that I'm using right now.
Was that the strategy that you explained previously, or was it a different? Yeah.
Yes,
that's crazy. That's a 1K account into 18K in a week. I guess you proved your point, and I hope you can keep proving points from now onwards.
That's the goal. So I hope to work with the trading pit for a long time.
We hope so too, Francis. I mean, your insights and experiences are genuinely inspiring. Thank you for your invaluable contributions to the trading pit community so far, and I can only wait to see what's going to come next.